Yeah, so we can put like, we can do this.
Or not.
Or not. Okay, so this goes away. Yeah, sometimes sooner or later people like somebody will ask like, how can you keep this stuff in your head? You just pull it out, out of your head like this. Because I deal with it every day. I mean, it's just, rich, sort of the stuff that I'm dealing with every day. It's like when you deal with it every day, you're kind of fluent in it. And it's just sort of sitting in your head, going, yeah. So, problem solving. So, problem solving, 101. You probably got this in, I don't know, sociology 101 or something. I mean, this is kind of the program, is pretty widespread, and so it's something you probably already seen. Right, so, problem solving. So you have, like, in this particular case, you identify the problem. That's your first task. And what we did before I erased it all, it's like you establish common ground. Like I was, unwanted pregnancy is the problem. That's our common ground. So your problem then is a problem statement based on what you came up with as your common ground definition of the issue that you were playing around with. So that's like what we start with. Okay, so secondly, is brainstorming. Okay. This is another one of those weird breakpoints. So, what is brainstorming? What are we talking about with brainstorming? Okay, so one of the reasons, we're going to make an assumption here, one of the reasons that we have to go through this lengthy, time-consuming process is because the solution to our problem is not, in a sense, self-evident. In other words, it's not in the rational box. We have to get out of the box to find a solution. Brainstorming is a process by which we can get out of the box and come up with a creative solution to a problem that we have no freaking idea how to solve. Right? So that's like what makes this piece tricky. So there's some pieces about brainstorming then that are kind of crucial. One is negativity cancels creativity. So I need to be creative. It's creative problem solving. So creativity is what I have to activate to get out of the box. Otherwise, I'm just using some kind of scientific reasoning, to kind of, like manipulate elements within the box, to come up with a solution to my problem. So that isn't there. The solution is not in the box. So I got to be creative. So another way of saying this, I need to engage my right brain. That's like the holistic, intuitive, connected into your unconscious, that part of your brain. So I need to engage it. So how do I do it? Well, this is the first equation. No negative input when we are in brainstorming mode. So, and then I just let her rip. So it's like, the way that I'll set this up when I'm kind of running the show on creative problem solving, say, okay, so we're going to be brainstorming this issue, and I'm going to be the scribe, and I'm going to write down every comment until the well runs dry. So it's like the well will run dry after a while, and so maybe 10 or 15 minutes is usually all it takes. But I'm going to write down everything that, you guys tell me. and nobody gets to do any kind of negative comment. You know, so what would be a negative comment? It's like, well, let me give you like a different example. So years and years and years ago, I was teaching this to a family so that they could do this for a family meeting. And so the family was mom, dad, two teenage girls, and then like a younger boy. You know, like he was junior high. And so we were doing all of this stuff, and so so the family, you know, meeting, and I said, okay, so let's solve a fairly simple problem. How about we're going to solve the problem of housework, how it's going to get handled, you know, in the house. Like how we're going to take care of the challenge or the problem of housework for the next semester, right? So I'm the scribe. What do you say? Bop, bop, bop. So I started throwing out ideas. I'm writing them down. So one of the teenage girls says, well, we could get a maid. You know, and so like mom or dad starts to lean forward and go, you know, be serious, or that we can never afford that, whatever they were. I didn't let them say it. You guys, nope, hire a maid. And I wrote it down. So we kept on going. Anyway, finally it was well run dry. And so brainstorming, no negativity. You've got a scribe, you know, to write down everything that's happening. All right, so then once we have our list, you know, of stuff that we've got, you know, that we've brainstormed, all right, now we have to like reduce the list to something workable. So now, you know, we're coming out of the right brain and come back to the left brain. So we're going to be more analytical and reduce our list to something, you know, that we can work with. So how do we reduce the list? Well, here's the second sort of little weirdness that'll happen. In order to take anything off the list, you have to first find a way to make it work. It sounds kind of counterintuitive, you know, but so we go back to my example. So we're going to reduce the list on housework. So we get to hire a maid. I said, well, okay, hire a maid. So we're going to take this off the list, but we first got to find a way to make it work. What are your thoughts? Well, the other teenage girls said, you know, Mrs. Jones up the road works as a housekeeper at Ramada Inns. Maybe we can get her to swap out babysitting for coming over and cleaning the house once a week. Creative problem solving, right? So that's why. So it's like, so to get it off the list, you gotta have to sort of make it work in order to get it off the list. They didn't eventually choose that option. You know, it's like, I don't even remember what they came up with, but that was always just like stuck in my head. Pretty much every time I teach this class, I use it as an example because I think it's such a great example of this process. Right? You got to first come up with a way to make it work before you can cross it off the list. Huh? What are you talking about? That makes no sense. Well, it actually does because it sort of pushes you to really get out of the box. Make sense? Anyway, then, you know, it's like what you end up with then is a plan. And then the plan, you're going to give it a timeline. So let's try this for, I don't know, a month, whatever, timeline, right? And then we come back, you know, to check and see if it actually worked. And so, you know, it's like we reconvene and we ID if there's a new problem. And becomes a feedback loop. So like I'm saying, you probably saw this in Sociology 101. Right, so the tricky part to this, and the heart of it, what makes it really sort of substantial and cool and actually kind of fun, you know, when you're able to kind of just like, wow, you know, you could hire a maid. I mean, when did teenage girls get to say that and get away with it? Let's hire a maid! Yeah, I let them get away with it. I can co-sign it. So, so think of it that way. I get to be, like out of the box, playing out of the box. And so out of the box is kind of a fun place to play. It isn't typically a place where, because you need both right and left brain here, I need to get out of the box to get all those creative juices going, but then I need my analytical mind to reduce that to something that's actually going to work. So it's again that balance of yin and yang once again. Okay, all that being said, guess what your next task is?
What do you mean by
Yeah, the problem that you problem solved, and got to like a consensus on what the problem was, the issue was. It's like, okay, how do you implement, some kind of solution? So we gotta solve the problem, all the way, right? We can't just have consensus on what the problem is. Maybe we will have the problem of the world solved before we're done today. Won't that be special? You ready? Yeah, okay, so go ahead. So, whatever. This shouldn't take that long, 10, 15 minutes.
So, this one, my problem,
Problem solved.